Hey, crimpy glimbers, it's that time of year again. October, aka this year's Minecon month. Since 2017, there has been one key event within every Minecon. For years, this has put our community at each other's throats, and the world has not been the same ever since. Recently, Mojang is beginning a lot of flack for this particular aspect of Minecon. From calling them lazy to saying content creators rigged the votes, and even starting an online revolution. Yeah, an online Minecraft revolution. Please go outside, you guys. I mean, go touch grass. I know it's cliche, but touch grass. Find a Minecraft grass block IRL and dig it up with the real shovel. All right. These mob votes have been increasingly controversial year after year. But are these criticisms valid? Are these mob votes good for the community? And if not, how can we fix this concept? The first ever mob vote was held 5 years ago during Minecon Earth 2017. God, I am old. Should read this like an old man.
Mojang wanted a way to engage the community and give us input on the upcoming updates.
And thus commenced the humble beginnings of what would become a cataclysmic shift in the world of Minecraft. Speaking of community engagement, like, subscribe, click the bell, send me your social security number, credit card, your mom's phone number, maybe. Send me a horse, a chariot, 50,000 child soldiers, keys to your grandmama's crib, and a gift card. Thanks, guys. Mob Vote 2017 was weird. Seems like the mobs presented here were specifically designed just to piss players off. Just, you know, Mojang doing a little trolling, having a little fun. I mean, first off, there was the barnacle, which was this like weird squid creature that would destroy your boat in the middle of the ocean and drag you down into the depths of the sea, drowning you. So overall, that sounds super fun. Then there was the Great Hunger, which would randomly appear in caves and just consume the enchants off of your tools, which also sounds super fun. Thanks, Mojang. However, somehow the most annoying one of all was also the one that won the vote. The Phantom. Now I don't hate the Phantom. I think it's cool in concept, especially since it's the overworld's first flying hostile mob, but in game, oh my lord, this thing is so annoying. Oh brother, cut that out. Want to go out at night? Too bad. Want to skip sleeping? Actually, don't do that. Want to actually have fun playing the game? Well, yeah, too bad. And it sucks because the final mob in the vote actually would have been kind of cool. The wildfire was essentially a souped up blaze mini-boss creature. You know, not the greatest thing ever, but it would have been a fun enemy with a cool design you encountered relatively infrequently as opposed to the other ones, and it definitely would have helped flesh out the pre-1.16 Nether. However, like I said, the Phantom sadly won, sowing the seeds for future mob vote criticism. After the mild success, keyword mild, right, success that was Mob Vote 2017, the Minecraft team shifted towards biome votes. Now these, in my opinion, aren't actually as bad as the mob votes. They offered a lot more content, so not including the other options actually seemed reasonable. You know, oh, they're not going to add 17 different freaking features. That brings me to the first point about the Minecraft mob vote. These biome votes had a decent amount of proposed content, and so voting on our favorite seemed like a worthy trade-off. They were essentially like mob votes plus a few extra features. But then Mojang shifted back to the singular mob vote idea. Is Mojang lazy? let's look at it through the lens of the next official mob vote. 2020. A year in which the mob vote was definitely the most defining factor, the most defining event of the year, the Minecraft mob vote. Surely the most important thing to happen in 2020. Nothing else even remotely as interesting, right? Yeah? We move on. This year there were 3 options instead of 4. So, already off to an interesting and definitely not lazy start. You know, let's just look at these mobs, which surely will be of better quality considering they only had 3 to work on, right? First off is the Moobloom, a retextured cow. Huh. Alright, maybe the second mob will be better. The Iceologer, a reworked evoker. Huh. Alright, the last one it's got to be better, right? They probably put all their effort into this one final, the glow squid. Yeah, squid with a different texture and a particle effect. Wow. Wow. It's lovely. Yeah. Alright, personally, I really don't have any strong feelings about any of these. But if I had to pick, I'm sorry guys, I'm really sorry. If I had to pick, it's the glow squid. Listen, the Moobloom is cute and expanded the concept of different elemental cows, like the mushroom. But it was just a yellow cow with flowers, I'm sorry. The Iceologer was the clear second favorite here, but personally, I think it would have just been another annoying addition to a biome that's already very annoying. Especially with the mountain update, you know, with goats pushing you off and packed snow sinking you down. These snowy mountains suck to go through. Alright, and having some random magician, you know, just, I'm like, dude, the Ice King. It's literally the Ice King. Like, I do not want to deal with Tom Kenny in these mountains, bro. I'm sorry. Look, I'm in Minecraft. Wow. I'm an Iceologer in Minecraft. Alright, that's enough. But again, none of these really elicit a strong reaction from me. Nothing strong outside of a spur of the moment Ice King voice impression. Now, there's a heavy golf ball sized asterisk next to the glow squid winning the 2020 mob vote, which, by the way, yeah, spoiler alert, it won. The normal pill sized elephant in the room, Dream, which is a really weird name to say. Dream. It's a really odd username to say out loud, to be honest. But he's claimed by a lot of people to have rigged the mob vote. Now, I'm no Dream fan, but even I think this is far-fetched. I'm sorry, but all of these mobs were mid. I mean, the boring glow squid winning over the other 2 boring options didn't really surprise me. I'm not going to go too into specifics. Retro Gaming Now has a really good video game. Not a video game, a YouTube video. He has a really good YouTube video on the topic, but essentially to sum up this Dream controversy, I personally, along with Retro Gaming Now and his evidence, do not believe that Dream or any other content creator had a significant impact on the 2020 mob vote. 2020 was actually the first time I had seen people really begin to call Mojang lazy. And I think that mostly has to do with the huge resurgence Minecraft had, popularity-wise, in 2019, which ironically led to its dip in public perception, at least from my point of view. People came back after all these years and saw all the new content they added, so when Mojang started showing off future editions, it wasn't enough, you know? When I left the game, we didn't even have end cities, and now we have village and pillage and coral reefs and freaking parrots, man. That's not me, by the way. I have stuck with Minecraft to a fault. I remember people joking around about me playing Minecraft, but you know what? I was there. the dark times. I am a Minecrafter for life. I will be buried with my pickaxe, and I will wear my creeper hoodie until the day that I die. Personally, I don't see Mojang as lazy even. Minecraft has to strike a nice balance between adding a good amount of new features while also making sure that the game still feels like, you know, Minecraft. Adding like 10 new mobs each update, you know, a made-up number by combining the 3 mobs from the mob vote plus whatever would be added in a new update, and that would quickly add a lot of bloat to a game that already feels bloated. I mean, what is tough? What is that? What do we have? Granite and andesite and tough and deep slate and dark slate and slimestone, right? We don't need this. There's so much bloat in this game, and you're telling me you want them to add 3 random unrelated mobs every update? I'm not talking about, you know, naturally they're going to add mobs each update, but these are just little one-offs, little random creatures. I mean, you say that modders can add these in a day. Okay. Play with mods. Your grandma's computer can run Minecraft, alright? Just play with mods if you want that level of content. But that's not the point of Minecraft. Why'd I just do that? What is wrong with me? Ugh. I'd like to coin a phrase for this era of Minecraft mob votes. I'd like to call this the creature era. I just did air quotes. Creature era. 2021 and 2022's mob vote options were all totally unique creatures that don't exist in the real world, and also were more visually distinct from other in-game creatures. Now, there were 3 options in Minecraft Live 2021. The glare, the alley, and the copper hold up. Oh my god. How you doing, copper golem? Guys, I love the copper golem. Alright, that's what I'm trying to say. This little guy was a fun buddy that would have added not only more uses to copper, but also would have been an interesting component in redstone contraptions. I also just really, I like the idea of golems. Adding more of them is cool. I think it's interesting. Now next was the glare, which was a grass guy who would alert the players when the light level was low enough for monsters to spawn. Now I like the glare. He was cute. He's a little silly ghost fella. And then there's the alley. Now, I used to hate the alley. I had a vitriolically violent response to seeing this little fucker on my screen, but I've kind of warmed up to him. I don't know. This little pixie creature is still my least favorite, but I get its appeal. Grabs objects and brings them to you, which is actually more useful than the other 2 options, so nice. And also, you know, does a little silly dance. Waves its head around, back and forth. Out of the 3, this seems like the most obvious choice, which is probably why it won. This vote was definitely an improvement on last year's. I'm just going to go out and say it. I mean, it's a low bar to clear, but all these mobs felt either unique or useful, right? Even both. But was this quality necessarily a good thing? You're probably thinking, what? What? Wouldn't quality automatically be a good thing? Well, in my mind, why is Mojang spending all this time and money creating these mobs and paying animators to make a little short showing as a proof of concept of these 3 features, which only one of them would be added to the game? And I think that's probably my biggest issue with these votes. Why should Mojang spend any amount of time on something that will effectively be locked out of a future update? Now we're getting closer. Closer to my solution. Moving on. Guys, we made it. 2022. The best mob vote yet, and also kind of the worst. Now, we're still in creature era here, alright? My coined phrase is going to stick. So, the first of these creatures is kind of... he's kind of more fella than creature. The Rascal. Now, this guy is probably my least favorite of the 3 options, but he's still a funny little dude. He's a little rascal. What? Wait. That's his name. I get it. This little goblin fella would hide from you. If you found him 3 times, he would give you an enchanted tool. Nice, a little fun mini game. Next mob was the tough golem, which is actually the least popular of the 3. Now, you already know what I said about golems before, and that still applies here, but honestly, I might like this guy a little more than the copper golem. The tough golem was essentially a glorified item frame. You would hold your weapons and waddle around, moving through your base, adding a lot of kinetic energy to your builds. Kinetic energy, at least in a visual sense, and in the theme park world, kinetic energy is visual energy derived from motion. So, you know, like running water or a mine cart riding by, right? That would be kinetic energy. It makes your builds feel more alive. Now, speaking of alive, that's how this next mob makes me feel, because I freaking love dinosaurs. When I was younger, I almost exclusively played modded Minecraft with fossils and archaeology and Jurassic Craft. Okay, this is my mob. The Sniffer. Now, we all know the Sniffer. We love it. I mean, look at those little floppy ears. I love this guy. Recently, however, I have seen so many complaints about the Sniffer, saying,
What does this mob actually do?
or,
I haven't seen this in the wild.
brother, this is not a naturally spawning mob. You are not going to see it in the wild. It's like loading into the game.
Where's the Ender Dragon? I don't see him. Isn't that supposed to be part of Minecraft? And yet, I don't see him. Mojang, explain this.
Now, I think this is a good time to discuss bloat and what warrants an inclusion into the game. Alright, the Sniffer is a wonderfully designed mob and Minecraft's first fully original passive mob in years. The alley kinda counts as that, but it's really just a little fairy. It's not that original. The Sniffer adds to the hidden world building of Minecraft, being the oldest creature in the game, and it appears on pottery shards. Also adds 2 new prehistoric plants, which are both pretty neat, although yeah, the torch flowers should 100% glow. Now, this is an aside. This is not based on what's already in the game, but I think the Sniffer could be a decent framework for a new dimension. Maybe having us go into Minecraft's far past and seeing these weird dinosaur mammal hybrid creatures, along with whoever used to inhabit the world. You know, who built the strongholds, who built the desert temples, who built these things. I think that could be kind of cool. Now, not every mob needs to have an exact, explicit purpose. Sometimes things can just be cool. And then there are mobs that just kind of suck. They suck donkey balls. I'm sorry, I'm going to ruffle a few feathers, but one mob in particular really just doesn't do it for me. Now, the Ocelot, it used to be more interesting. Now it's not. I think they could rework it, change around some things. I think a jungle update in the future is likely. I also think the polar bear adds some nice ambience to the icy wastelands. One mob that I think is stupid, I think it's dumb, and I think they should rework it or remove it. Yeah, that mob is the rabbit. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry to all my rabbit fans out there. I know that there's a lot of them. I know that people love rabbits. I like them. I like bunnies in real life. I think they're cute. I used to have a bunny. Then I had a seizure and died. Minecraft bunnies, however, just hop around and give you a really poor source of food and don't really add much to the world. And also don't act like normal rabbits. It's very interesting how bad they screwed that up. But regardless, a mob like the rabbit is a perfect example of a bloat mob. Earlier I named some stones that are kind of weird and useless. Well, here's a mob that's kind of weird and useless. We made it. We finally get to the key issue and how to fix it. I really liked all the 2022 mob vote options, and yet only one of them was added to the game. I don't want Mojang to add all three and create even more bloat for this bloaty game of bloat. And yet I don't like the idea of them wasting any amount of time, money, or effort on a mob that won't even be added. And I think that energy could be better diverted into developing concepts that fit within the boundaries of the future update. You know, like archaeology, or farming, or hot babes. So what's my idea? The original intent of these was to stoke flames of community interest, get people engaged and talking about the game. And I think it's fun to see all of your favorite content creators make videos about these vote options. You know, I think it's cool to see people talk about these things. And giving them an even bigger voice, an even bigger input, I think is the key here. So my crazy idea, there's two options here, but they both boil under the category of community submitted mobs. People from all across the world can submit their ideas, their videos, even their own animations for a chance to get their mob into Minecraft. Maybe Mojang selects 20 to 30 different concepts and allows the broader community to rank them. Telling the 3 highest ranking mobs privately, by the way, privately, and setting those as the option for the mob vote. Privacy is very important here. I don't think they should reveal who made these creations, because if any big creator makes one of these mobs, then that kind of gives them an advantage here, right? I mean, that gives them the recognition. If people see that, I don't know, Sunday, I don't even know, Ant Venom. Let's say Ant Venom because his name's easier. We'll see. Oh, Ant Venom made a mob for the vote. Click. That's what I'm voting for. I don't want that. I want people to actually vote based on the concept, right? But in this scenario, Mojang isn't the one doing the work. They're not putting money into this. They're just letting the community itself create these features, and I think that's kind of cool. I mean, we're at a point. Minecraft's what? 13 years old at this point? Older? Isn't it 2009? So 14 years old? I think it's time to, you know, maybe give some of the reins back to the community. We've gotten all these custom curated, very Mojang mobs in the past. And, you know, Mojang is still selecting these concepts, but they're not the ones making them. And I think that's an interesting and refreshing point of view. Now back to the privacy thing. I think that any content creator that reveals their mob is theirs before the end of the vote, banned. Captain Sparkles goes on Twitter, click, 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 click. Hey guys, check out and vote for my mob, the Flarper. Yeah, Jeb, ban this guy for life. Ban him for 30 days and for life. I don't know how that works. Essentially, just make sure that the community doesn't know who made these things. Now, overall, I think this would be an interesting and awesome way to get the community going. You know, the community themselves, the viewers, the players can actually guess who made the mob and debate the best ones. And even some of them have their personal creations going into this massive multi-billion-dollar game. Now, the next concept I had is even more community-oriented, but also more abstract and less professional, maybe. Regular Minecraft players create a mob idea, post it on a specifically catered mob vote forum, and then people upvote and downvote depending on what it is. By the time Minecon rolls around, the final vote is held with the 3 most popular options being up for a vote. And the winner wins, obviously. Now, these things have their upsides and downsides. Like, community might not pick the true best option for the game, but nothing's perfect. I mean, there are ways to improve within our current system if we wanted to. I think, who said it? Oh, darn, I just watched a YouTube video about it. Let me, hold on. Let me look it up. We're gonna look it up in real time. Oh, I already had it open. The Golem Lord. I like your name, Golem. Not Gollum, not Lord of the Rings. The Golem Lord, like Minecraft golems. However the heck you say it. The Golem Lord is what I'm gonna call him. Alright, Iron Golem. Isn't it Iron Golem? Why am I so... The Iron Golem. Iron Golem. I'm saying Golem. Golem. Why did I sing it? The Golem Lord basically said, alright, we get our annual mob vote with the 3 options, new mobs that Mojang creates, and then they do a loser's bracket. You know, previous ones from past years that didn't get the win. And we vote on that. I think that could be kind of cool too. The problem with that is it adds more than I think is necessary, but it's still not 3, so that's a plus. And it gives us an interesting, it changes the outlook on the mob vote, where, you know, if something doesn't win this year, let's base it off of this year's options. It's the armadillo, the penguin, and the crab. Let's say, oh, well, armadillo won, but next year, maybe the crab will be an option in the loser's bracket, because Mojang really likes the idea of this little crab guy, and he has another chance to win. I think that's cool and fun. Now, this year's mob vote is a step in a different, but very slightly better direction. It's not perfect, but I like it a little bit more. Now, we're officially out of the creature era. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry, me. It's not going to catch on because I don't know if we'll see another creature mob vote. But this one is the critter era, guys. It's the critter era, all right? Now, this is a mob vote on 3 particular real-world animals, being the armadillo, the crab, and the penguin, which I already said about 40 seconds ago. This is better because they're real-world animals. You know, Mojang doesn't have to do a ton of concept art. You don't have to figure out the lore for these. They're just little guys. They're just real-world animals in Minecraft. I think that's cool. Also kind of brings the previous biome votes into the mob vote, melding them together into one nice, neat little thing. All of these mobs are probably the most useful ones we've gotten so far. The crab claw lets you break. Is it break or build blocks further? It's one of those, because I know it's not both, but it's one. I think it's build further. But that's very useful. The armadillo gives you dog armor, which is sick, and also my choice for the vote. And then there's the penguin, which makes your boat faster. It's useful, but not as useful as the other 2. You know, at a certain point, you have Elytra. So, it is 4 in the morning, mob vote eve. Just wanted to do a little closing out segment of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys like, follow, subscribe, and leave a comment down below what you think and what you want in not just mob votes, but also future updates and how the mob vote itself can change. Alright, that's all. I'm tired. Goodbye. Bye, everybody. See you soon. See you real soon. Have a lovely night. Have a lovely day. I hope your mob wins, and I hope it's also my mob, because I picked the best one. Goodbye.